Got him. Got him. Did I take it to my grandma? The fall fishing near me has been so tough. You have no idea how tough it's been. So we are here at Bass Pro today. I saw a video that Jason Christie posted. He won the Classic this year and he was like fall junk fishing. It gave me the idea. I was like, I just need to go to Bass Pro. I'm gonna give myself a $50 budget, see what all I can buy that I think I will be able to catch fish on. Because most of the time when I come to Bass Pro and I do these like challenge style videos or like tackle budget, one, I do them because I feel like they're very relatable. You get paid on Thursday, Friday, you go to Bass Pro on Saturday, you have $50 left over in your budget. I want to spend it on tackle. You know, you can go buy some of the stuff that you see me buy in my videos, but I have no stipulations on what I want to get. I don't know what I want to get. I don't have any idea of what I'm going to go in here and look at, purchase, but we want to go buy like $50 worth of really just junk fishing lure, topwater baits, moving baits, everything. I want to buy a little bit of everything just because the fishing has been so hard. I want to have enough options to catch them in multiple different ways. So with that being said, we're going to go inside of Bass Pro. Hopefully we can find some good, just miscellaneous, you know, do everything baits, whether that's frit size, slobber knockers, jaywalkers, whatever. We need to find a little bit of everything. So we need our wallet to do that with first. Before we get into the store, leave me a comment down below and let me know how's the fishing been where you're at. Here in Alabama, I'm in like central Alabama. For the past 2-3 weeks, it's been absolutely awful. For the past 2 days, it's been 80 degrees and we've already had like a little bit of a cold spell. We've had some 32-degree mornings, some 28-degree mornings. We're gonna see what we can find today and I'm gonna show y'all what I would go with and where I would start. Also, it's Christmas time. Like, it's Thanksgiving hasn't even passed, but like Bass Pro's decked out for Christmas and I'm pretty sure Santa Claus is already here. Ooh, they got the big Christmas presents out. If anybody wants to just bless me with the boat, I don't care what it is. As long as it has a hole in a motor, maybe like preferably 17, 18 foot. If anybody's feeling generous, I guess I'll just link my Christmas wish list down in the description. We'll take the 18-foot nitro. I think I'll probably need an aluminum boat because I know how I like treat my kayaks and stuff like that. If I treat a boat anything like I treat a kayak, there's no point in me even trying a fiberglass boat. I've never been through here. I've been coming to this Bass Pro all my life and I've never been through this thing. All right, let's go find the fishing stuff. Also, another thing, we have not been to the fish tank in a while. There's a whole bunch of like new bluegill, new bass I haven't seen in here before. The Bass Pro in Leeds, Alabama. I know people always argue in the comments, no, that's the one in Destin. No, that's the one in Montgomery out there. No, this is Leeds. I love Christmas time at Bass Pro. It just makes you want to spend money. They got this store layout down. Like, they got stuff out on the tables. Kind of just makes you feel like you need to sift through it and see if there's anything that you really need. Kind of walked around a little bit. Didn't really walk down any aisles, but walked by a lot of aisles. And I think I put together a good plan of what all I want to try to find. Fishing stuff. So when the fishing gets tough, you know, that's when I get the most creative and I end up just trying to find something. You know, I try to either tie on something new, throw something new, or I just try to find something that looks cool. And never be afraid to try new stuff. And I think the best time to try new stuff is when you're not catching fish at all. Like, if it's already going wrong, how wrong can it get? I said in the last video that I really like this color of the slobber knocker. And I've never thrown it before. So we're definitely gonna get this. It is $14, so this is a big chunk of our budget, but I don't have any gold-bladed slobber knockers, and I've lost my only 2 white slobber knockers in the last video. I was trying to skip underneath the dock and I lost 2 and I didn't put it in the video. So we need this for today, and then also hopefully we don't lose it. So our first lure today is definitely gonna be this slobber knocker. 3/8 ounce gold blade. This is like a Florida killer lure. Golden shiners in Florida? Oh, don't stand a chance. Bass do not stand a chance. Something that I don't use that often on the channel that I need to use a lot more is definitely a jig. I caught a 5.7, I want to say, at the beginning of this year on a swim jig. So I think I definitely want to pick up a jig. I know jigs are one of those like year-round lures. So I need to I'm pretty familiar with throwing a jig. Like, I've thrown them, and when I throw them a lot. You know, it's one of those lures that I pick up, I'll throw for 2 weeks, every day for 2 weeks, and then I just will stop for a month, 2 months, whatever. So I think I'm definitely gonna pick up a jig because a jig is one of those like year-round lures, and then too, I think a jig is gonna give us a good possibility of catching a big one. I don't want too big of a jig just because the bite's been tough and I don't want too big of a profile. That's the one thing about jigs. There's so many different styles of jig. Like, you have swim jigs right here, and these are kind of like they're almost on the same realm as like a slobber knocker. You know, you're just gonna cast it out, have a constant retrieve, maybe put some little shakes, pops in your rods to switch up your retrieve. You have a flipping jig, that's pretty self-explanatory. You're gonna flip it, whether that be in heavy cover or whatever, you're gonna flip that around structure. And you have a skipping jig. This one's gonna be like skipping under boat docks, skipping under any structure that you're trying to get underneath. Then you have finesse jigs, and I think that's what I'm gonna go with. And then also you have the heavy cover jigs, which, I mean, these are like punching grass or whatever, you know. Like, if you have like light grass, you you can kind of flip those into light grass, stuff like that. So there's so many, and then you have football jigs. There's so many different types of jigs, so many different styles. But the one that I always find like that works for me is you can never go wrong with a good finesse jig. And I want a black and blue finesse. So black and blue skipping, finesse, finesse, finesse. Heavy cover, heavy cover. Oh, do they not have a black and blue? There's a black and blue flipping, flipping, flipping. The finesse jigs are gonna have like a little bit smaller profile, and I just think that's gonna be a little bit less intimidating for the bass, if I'm being 100% honest, because the bite has been really tough. But we haven't had rain in a while, so I guess a green pumpkin won't hurt since that's all they have. But if I had to pick one color to use in any type of water clarity, I'm definitely going black and blue. But the cool thing about fishing a jig is you can get, I always tell people, get the 4-inch crawls or the biggest crawls that you can get that fit comfortably on your jig, because you can always cut them down. So basically I say buy the biggest crawl that you can get, unless like the pinchers are just huge and it'll look unnatural on the back of the jig. Don't do that. But if you have like a 2-inch version, a 3-inch version, or a 4-inch version, I personally always get the 4-inch because you can Texas rig it too, and if it's too long you can always cut it down. These crawls right here, they have the little appendages on them. They're sectioned off in the back, so you can always bite it down. Okay, we got the slobber knocker and we got the finesse jig. The finesse jig is like a green pumpkin color, so we're gonna try to find a crawl that's gonna match that color, match the vibe of the finesse green pumpkin jig. I kind of like this one right here. I like this one right here. It's called Breen. I've never seen that before. Check that out. I think we might get that. It doesn't match exactly, but I think it's like one of those things that where it'd be close enough, and then that would be interesting to throw on just like a straight Texas rig. So, that puts us at just say $26. So we're halfway out of our budget. And whenever you see power bait, guys, this Bass Pro, I will say they have a really good selection of this stuff. So we're definitely gonna have to cop some power bait. These big worms have been working really, really well for me. So 8-inch big worm. I think we're gonna get some of the big worms, and they're just gonna be like our home run shot lure. So, and yeah, guys, pretty much if we start catching fish, we're gonna tie this thing on and go for like big dog, big mama. 8-inch worm. I did that the last time. Stay. All right, this is the last one we're getting, and then we're getting out of this aisle, I promise. So we're at 25. That puts us at what? 32. Don't make fun of my math skills. They have the crash crawl right here. I haven't used this. This is kind of like a little flipping bait. I guess you could probably Texas rig it too. We might go with the black and blue on this one. I've never used these before. Like I was saying earlier, there's no better time to try out new baits when the fishing sucks. So the fishing sucks right now. We're gonna get these and try it out. And then it says to use them with the swing head. We used those in the Berkeley Cherrywood rod video, I want to say. We have some of these at home already, so this will be perfect, and it'll be a new application, something new to try. So that puts us at 32 plus 6 is 32 plus 6 is 38. So now we have like $12 left to finish off our budget challenge for today. And I don't know what to get. We have a lot of stuff. These chartreuse crankbaits right here. Can't ever have enough chartreuse crankbaits. It seems like I can catch fish in any type of water clarity with a good chartreuse crankbait. Like, I really even like that one. It's small, but if they had it in this color, I would probably honestly go that one, because I would bet my life that I would catch a fish on that one right there.
The next day.
All right, guys, we have made it to the lake. It's the next morning, and we have our $50 worth of bass fishing tackle, and we're just gonna try to not necessarily find a pattern, but find fish and catch a whole bunch. Also, I was inside paying to fish. It's like $3, and then it's like $3 to launch a boat, kayak, whatever. I was looking at some of the pictures of some of the bass that have been caught out of this lake. There's pictures of multiple nines this year. The fishing has been looking like it's been really good out here, so hopefully we can luck up and catch a big one today. I don't know. We have a little bit of clouds, and it's a little bit cooler today, so we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure. Like I said, today we're not looking for anything in particular. We're just looking for fish. Like, whatever we have to do to catch them, we're gonna do. I'm not in the greatest shape in the world, but I'm thankful that like I do work out a little bit, so I'll be able to have the strength to paddle today. Or like not even the strength, but just the wind to paddle today. The other thing is, I think I might come fish the next tournament out here in this kayak. It's probably gonna suck. If it's not too cold, I'll probably bring the kayak. This thing's nice. I mean, like, it's a good leg workout, and then it's like, I don't know, it's just something about like foot pedaling a kayak. It just kind of makes you feel a little free when you're out here on the water. We are out here a little late. Last time we got out here, we were out here like crack of dawn, and we caught 3 or 4 right off the bat. So hopefully this corner hasn't been fished. There are 3 other people out here. It's 8 o'clock this morning, so this daylight savings time has been messing me up. You know, normally I can get out at like 5, get up at 5:15, be out the door and at the pond fishing by daylight, but like now it's 8 o'clock. You know, you have to wake up at an hour earlier. I seriously don't see any fish sitting over here, just because it's not as deep as the other side is, but Then again, you never know. I think that's the good and bad thing about fishing. It's like you literally have to try everything. I mean, you don't know, I know I said at the beginning of the video, but you guys don't know how good it felt to hear Jason Christie say like you're just junk fishing in the fall, because that's what I feel like I've been doing for 3 weeks. Lures that we bought yesterday, we're starting off with this little square bull right here. Chartreuse blackback textbook bass fishing lure. You know, you look up bass fishing lure, I promise something like that's gonna pull up. All these little, all those little markers you see are kind of like structure for fish. So it's not a guaranteed fish off of them, but it's always a good place to start. Definitely worth getting a couple casts at for sure. And you see what we're cranking with today, guys? That ugly stick rod. I'm telling you guys, this thing is sweet. I love it. Catching fish or not catching fish, like a lot of times, you know, you'll see the fish in an area or you'll know they're down there, but I think if you cast kind of at the same angle as everybody else casts, you know, as you come around this corner, the boat ramp is back behind us and you see this, everybody's gonna take the same angle to that. So, I mean, if you were to come closer to this bank over here and cast at it, you know, 90 degrees to your right, that could be the difference. And I really do believe that could be the difference in hooking up every time you come by something like this or not catching nothing, you know. There we go, got one. First one, not a big one on the chartreuse crank. I think there was another one with it too. This is another one of those tournament fish right there. Hey, that one would have won me the tournament, honestly. That would have been my biggest one of the day. Boom, first one, baby. Boom, first fall trash fish. Trash fishing fish, let's go. Well, crazy is you can kind of tell that they follow it. Oh, sorry. Like I was saying, you can kind of tell how it's like they follow it from the bank and then they follow it all the way up. And then it's like when I start to bring it up in the water column a little bit, it's like they always attack it. But hey, don't go. Oh, sweet. It's a small one. I should probably switch lures as I catch more fish, but I only have one other moving bait and that's a slobber knocker, and I really don't have too much faith in that right here. So we might fish this a little bit, or we might fish this whole back pocket with this crankbait just to kind of cover water a little bit, see where the fish are at, and then we'll come back through and we'll fish probably that jig, and then we have that wobblehead too. I think those are two good lures I think we should be able to catch on. I feel like the profile of this little bug style bait's a little big for like a fish like that, but I mean a nice little 2-pounder could come up and eat that easy, so we'll see. No, I've never had a kayak with rod holders in the front, so I always forget that I have them and I forget to use them. So guys, I'm just treating today like as if the camera's not on, like if I was just coming out here and fishing. Like this is probably how I would start. I definitely start with the crankbait. I like to catch maybe 2 or 3, you know, kind of build up the confidence, then switch over to something that's gonna either be a little bit slower or I'm not too familiar out with this lake out here. I fished here 3 or 4 times. I always catch fish every time I come, but I've never caught anything like really big. So except for that catfish, I did catch a really big catfish over there. There we go. There's one. Not a big one. Second one on that crankbait though. We will take it because that is a big mouth bass and we got him in the eye. I'm so sorry, dude. Sweet. Fish number 2. What a big one. What a monster. It looks like something got after him. Maybe a little catfish or another bass down there. Or maybe just living up around those rocks. Or I could have just, no, that looks like it's kind of healed over a little bit. Stay safe, dude. Grow up and be a big one day. I want to come back and catch you 5 years from now. You're 8, 9, 10 pounder. All right, sweet. We got 2 on that crankbait. I said I was going to kind of fish this crankbait because I figured we could catch one more somewhere over here on it. Wasn't sure where, the size of it, but that was our second fish on it. So it's really time to switch over. Y'all probably haven't seen this reel in a while. I really just need to like take it apart, clean it, and I think I need to like, guys, when I say I use this reel heavy every day for 2 years, I mean I used it heavy. Like I'm like to the point of like dumping it in the water, like used it for everything. So this thing definitely needs a good bit of TLC, but I cannot be mad at it because I think that there's no way in the world that this thing should even work, which is just kind of a testament to Abu stuff. I always take care of my stuff, but I mean, this reel's been flipped off of side by sides like fall in, mud, clean. It's been through everything. This was like when I first started YouTube, so I was trying out a lot of new ponds, trying to find new water because I needed a whole bunch of new places to fish, and a lot of those places were steep hills and places like that. So like this rod fell down, or reel fell down hills, and ooh, some stuff I can't even say on the channel. It's done. This reel's done some stuff. It's caught big catfish, just carp, everything. We'll have to catch one on this, catch one on that jig, and then tie on that big worm. And then hopefully fish some of like the mark stuff out in the middle, because I feel like there's gonna be, if we fished all 10 or 15 of them, however many of them are out here, I feel like we would definitely catch a big one before today's over with. Probably not the greatest cast in the world to make, but just want to see if there's a fish over there on like the back side of the grass. Because if we catch one on this grass, it's over with for the rest of the day. If I find out that there's like any type of fish in this grass, which I seriously doubt, just because it's kind of not that time of the year, and we didn't catch any in the grass. We did catch one very small one, but it could have just very well been just like a straggler. It wasn't really big, so there's no telling really how that went. Let's see if we can see anything, any teeth marks or anything. If we had a bite earlier, no, I don't think so. I felt some pick it up that time. Let's see. That makes me excited because I know that water's deep right there, and it's probably like a tree that never gets fish right there. It's gonna be a big old bass. We're about to hook up on him. I'm calling it. Let's go. Oh man. The only thing that sucks, which I'm thankful that we have, but we have all this wind today, so it's kind of hard to. Oh no, we had one on the flower knocker. Oh no, in the grass, we had one. Oh no. I seriously felt like we weren't gonna catch one on this. For some reason, I felt like this is gonna be a hard lure of the day. No. We didn't have a trailer on it or anything, and we had one on it.
One little boost to the surface later.
Got him. Got him. Got him. Got him. Big catfish. What is up with me and catfish in this lake, man? What is up with catfish in this lake? Should I take it to my grandma? I mean, it's not a tournament today. This is the second catfish, and the camera's on. Hopefully the camera's getting this. Dude, I thought that was a big bass again. Oh man. I'm gonna call my cousin Donnie, and if he's home, I'm taking this catfish to him. Because this is the second one I've caught out of this lake, and I really don't want to put it in the kayak. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That's a nice catfish. That's the second one. The amount of catfish that I have caught on Berkeley stuff, and I don't know what it is. I'm not sure if it's the scent or what does it, but I catch a lot of catfish. Ooh, I don't have anything to keep them all. This is the second catfish I caught out here. I'm calling my cousin and see if he wants them. Like, I think people always forget that this is like the basis of fishing, is like keeping the fish. This is why people started to fish. You fish to eat, but it took on like another role as like fishing for sport, which I think is amazing. I really, whoa dude, chill. Find some type of good way to keep you stationed. But I really do think it's a super cool thing, like fishing for the sport, you know, fishing because you love to fish. And you don't have to eat every single one, because if you don't eat every single one, you have more to catch in the long run.
Later.
All right, time to take the catfish to Grandma. We paid for a little styrofoam cooler and a little bag of ice. We have like a 30-minute ride down the road to take this catfish where it needs to go. Maybe 45 minutes, so not too bad of a drive. right, we got Mr. Catfish all boxed up. Now, got a little short drive. Here we go. Oh! The fishing was so good at the first lake, or it wasn't good, I just had a good feeling about the day. We had a little bit of wind. So I went and tried a couple of different lakes, and then by the time we got to my grandma's house, it was a little bit later in the day. So I pretty much forgot all about the camera and didn't record it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We went to Bass Pro Shops, bought $50 worth of bass fishing gear just to go try to catch something, go catch some trash fish. The fishing's been tough, and I really hope that I can help somebody out. If you're having a tough time catching fish in your local lake, local pond, whatever. Hopefully I did something, I said something, I got something in today's video that will help you out and help you make a better decision for the next time that you go fishing at your home lake. So with that being said, don't forget to fish hard and have a great day. See y'all.
Chasing a bag, I'm racing the clock. Look at them flock, watching them flop. Used to see this in my sleep when I ain't had shit but my thoughts in the car. I really was lost. Now I'm public with the soundscapes.